Oh yeah, put that drink down, baby. We back.
Welcome, everybody, to episode 141 of the SuperHouse Podcast. This is Andrew, and I'm once again joined by Joey.
Hey, I'm back.
And Maddie.
What up?
And how can we forget Stefan?
Do you want to know how I got these scars?
No. All right. This week starts off a new section of the SuperHouse Podcast in which we start to do a deep dive into Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light. This actually could segue into a bigger topic later on down the road, but for now, we'll just talk about Visionaries for the time being. So,
sorry, that was my hot rod.
No problem. All right. What is Visionaries? First off, let's listen to the narration and the opening theme song to get a sense of the show. We can comment over it as well, but everybody, let's give it a listen so you guys got that queued up.
Yeah.
The intro only.
Yeah.
It says intro and closing credits.
Let's watch it all, I guess.
Okay.
It's only a minute. All right. So, 3, 2, 1, start. Here we go.
It is a time when magic is more powerful than science, and only those who control
this narrator's awesome, dude.
He is good.
God, the visuals are fucking awesome, man.
This is pretty sick.
Their whole thing was like a
Bow and arrow, dude.
Yeah. Their whole thing was like a sci-fi and fantasy mash kind of
right
approach. I love it, dude.
The emotion's so good, man.
Yeah. The anime.
Oh, skeleton.
Really
the
great
font's
logo.
Cool too.
Knights of the Magical Light.
Look at all these
Awesome.
Japanese names here.
That shit was a cool. Sorry, don't mean to be. It's not racist. I was just being racial. You know.
You're racialist,
Hasbro.
Hiro Tanaka. That's like a John Smith.
You don't.
Dang, is this like actually in animation shit I'm watching at the end there?
Sunbow, you might know that from some other shit we're going to talk about in a minute. All right. So, as you can probably tell by the intro, at least a little bit, Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light was a science fantasy media franchise consisting of a line of action figures from Hasbro released in 1987, and its related promotional tie-ins, which include a comic book series published by Star Comics and a half-hour animated television series by Sunbow Productions in the same year. The animated series lasted one season of 13 episodes and was not picked up for a second season.
Motherfucker.
Damn, only 13, huh?
Only 13, man. Visionaries is the only Hasbro property to be produced by Sunbow on their own, without the aid of Marvel Productions. Sunbow used TMS Entertainment in Japan for the overseas animation work for the show. All right. So, awesome. Getting into the overall overview of the storyline here. The story is set on the planet Prismos, an advanced society where all electronics and complex machinery no longer function and its citizens are forced to rely on ancient magic. The Visionaries are knights who are split into two factions, the hero Spectral Knights and the evil Darkling Lords. Everyone who wishes to gain the usage of magic is invited to the competition by the wizard Merklin. After surviving traps, dangerous creatures, and each other, survivors are rewarded with unique animal totems affixed to their armor chest plates. These talismans are based on the bearer's individual attributes while allowing them to transform into their specific creatures. You guys got all that?
Yeah.
Merklin, huh?
Merklin.
Merklin. Yeah, I don't know why they chose that. Merlin is public domain. They could have totally used the name Merlin.
The guy was probably like...
It might not have been in 87. Who knows?
The writer was probably like, I got it. We'll just call him Merlin. The guy's like, Merlin? That sounds so made up.
We need a K in there. It makes it cooler.
It needs to be a little more earthy. Needs to have a little more texture in it. How about Merklin? That's a good name. That's a strong name.
How about Gandalf?
Gandalf. It's like the knockoff Lord of the Rings toys.
Yeah.
Gandalf and Fredo.
Gundalf. His name's Gundalf.
My name's Prego.
Instead of
knights are given staffs enchanted with various magic powers that are activated by its holder reciting a special verse. They could be used only once before they needed to be replenished in the animated series, but had unlimited use in the comic series. Characters could not use these weapons, instead had the power to infuse vehicles with magical powers. The spells for which were printed on official toy packaging, but never used in either the comics or the animated series, while female characters had shields, which worked the same way as the staffs in the comics, but not on the show.
Wow.
I'm getting into it.
Well, hell yeah. Wow.
All right.
Wow.
All right. So, some little tidbits about the production here.
I love tidbits. Hey, show me your tidbits.
I fucking love tidbits as well.
Let's see those tidbits.
I ain't gay. All right. So, Sunbow, known for making commercials, actually, for a lot of other cartoons, including Potato Head Kids.
I love that.
Potato Head Kids? Oh, wow.
It's like, have you ever heard of that? I've never heard of Potato Head Kids.
I think I heard that, like, very in passing when I was a kid.
Yeah. It must be Mr. Potato Head's kids, right?
I think so.
And they're up to no good. They're little rascals in the neighborhood. I get it. Never heard of it.
Right. It's like a pup named Scooby-Doo, but for the Mr. Potato generation.
Yeah.
And they also did Sergeant Savage and the Screaming Eagles.
That sounds great.
That is a G.I. Joe spinoff, apparently.
Oh, nice.
And also G.I. Joe and Transformers. I think they did the full thing for G.I. Joe, but just commercials for the other ones. Could be wrong about that. Please correct us on Twitter. All right. Also, this guy named Flint Dille, D-I-L-L-E, was one of the major writers for the show. He is an American screenwriter, game designer, and novelist. He is best known for his animated work on Transformers, G.I. Joe, and American Tail Fievel Goes West. That was actually my first movie ever in the theater.
Did you shit your pants too?
No, but I remember that whole scene, give him the lazy eye, or something like that. There's a whole sequence about that. That is imprinted in my memory forever.
Yeah, both those movies are fantastic.
Yeah. And he did game writing, The Chronicles of Riddick, Escape from Butcher Bay, so he did that. And he also
played that.
I played that. That's really good.
He wrote it. So, Flint Dille, he seems to be up in the mix here. He also wrote Autocracy.
Bad motherfucker.
Autocracy is a Transformer graphic novel trilogy, and the series follows the origins of Optimus Prime and Megatron 1 million years before they arrive on Earth.
Sick.
That's kind of badass, right? I kind of want to read that. And then also the last tidbit about production is the narrator for Visionaries is a guy named Malachi Throne.
Malachi Throne. I said Malachi.
Come on, man. Malachi
Throne. The Visionaries.
What a fucking badass name, man. This guy was an American stage actor and television actor, and he did guest starring roles on Star Trek The Next Generation, Lost in Space, Batman 66, and Mission Impossible original TV series. So, not just animation. All right. Next section. The toys. The toy line was not very successful.
Boo. They were great.
They look cool, right?
Pearls before swine.
I had them.
You actually had some, Joey.
I had quite a few of them,
awesome.
Joey, you have never thrown away anything in your life, so where are they?
I'm sure they've been thrown away somewhere.
This week on Intervention.
Yeah, right.
This is the status of Visionaries. They're the one thing Joey threw away.
No!
Holograms, who gives a fuck?
I'm sure there's some leftover pieces that children could choke on in my grandparents' attic somewhere.
That's true. Yeah, they did have a lot of small pieces, and they were based on the G.I. Joe toys, although I think a little bit taller.
They were taller, yeah.
Yeah. Did you see that on that thing, Steph, in the YouTube video?
Toy Galaxies, the history of the Visionaries. Yeah, definitely. Good stuff.
They said that they were taller because they had this full thinking behind it. They were taller because they were aliens. They were from the planet Prismos, and they wanted to make them different from humans.
And I think it also, I mean, like in a more pragmatic sense, like also there was something about production that made it like a little bit easier to produce them larger or something like that.
Personally, I thought the G.I. Joe toys were a bit too small anyway. I like it when they're a little bit bigger. The second round of characters was intended to be released for the toy line that inspired by the show, though never came to fruition when the line failed due to the expense and time needed to make their fragile breastplate and shield holograms.
They really swing for the fences with these guys.
Yeah, they really did. Those holograms are actually pretty well made for what they were. Yeah. I've taken a look at those.
So good.
Yeah, so I guess it just took a long time to make those, and it just wasn't cost effective.
And they've released a few homage figures in the last few years, but each one of those has been like a sticker, like a foil sticker.
Right.
For the animal instead of a hologram.
Yeah, like what the fuck is that? It's like one of the main draws to this shit.
Yeah, definitely. And that's probably what sent him, like, killed the project financially in some way, the toys at least. You know, that shit's probably expensive to produce. I don't know. They can't do it now.
Right. The toy line would have consisted of the Spectral Knights, which are the good guys, the figures for Galadriel and Viralina. You'll see these guys later in the episode. These girls, I think. They were the toys for them were not created. I wonder why. And there was not one created for Merklin either.
Son of a bitch.
There was a holographic image of him that was meant to appear on the Iron Mountain set. That was also intended to be sold. You know, I guess it's one of those like background sets or whatever you call
Castle
them, like an environment.
Yeah,
like a Castle Grayskull type, Ewok Village type of thing.
Holograms.
So, yeah. And I did look on eBay. Currently, unopened Visionary toys are around $50.
Yep.
Okay.
Ish. So not terrible. Like completely unopened, like perfect inbox. So if you wanted to get the full set, man, you could probably do it for not too much.
Yeah, but you'd never be able to open them.
No, I know. Yeah, never open them.
That's where I draw the line. $50 and over, don't open it. Well,
wait,
that's
so if
not.
You get one
that's
for
not
48,
true.
You'll open that shit.
That's not true. I have a SH Figure Arts Dark Knight, and I fucking have to take pictures of that thing on my dick.
I got Bruce sucking my schlong on that thing, boy.
Get it, boy.
Boy. All right, next
those are just for me and the people I love.
Visionaries also had a comic, of course, as mentioned earlier. The comic was canceled after a very short run of 6 issues. I think it was actually canceled after 2. I checked another source. There was 6-issue run, but they were canceled after 2 in America.
Damn, these guys just can't catch a break. Did you see that
intro? I know, right? And then they tried to re-release it in England with all 4 issues, and then they put that storyline into a Transformers comic book storyline too at the time, and it was sort of a crossover even then, but it never took off. It was also pretty much a failure in England as well. Star Comics was an imprint of Marvel Comics that began in 1984 and featured titles that were aimed at child readers and were often adaptations of children's television series and toys. They did Heathcliff, if you guys remember that.
Oh, yeah.
Knockoff Garfield.
Yep.
But I do love Heathcliff,
though, right? Garfield didn't go anywhere, where Heathcliff was a little bit more active, right?
Right, yeah. I liked Heathcliff actually a lot. I didn't mean to knock it so badly, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. And they also did some Star Wars stuff, apparently.
Woo.
They did the droids and Ewoks. It was based on those animated shows, so they did the comics for that. They're probably not great, but it's a good what do you call it, corporate tie-in or whatever for them.
Yeah.
Previously, Marvel Comics had never had a successful children's line, although prior to the existence of the Star imprint, they had released a few miniseries based on licensed toy and cartoon properties such as Rom, the Space Knight, which we'll get to later as well, the Smurfs, and the Starriers. That's like Warriors, but Star.
Star Yours.
Star Yours, which I don't know
could
anything
see
about.
that one not working out.
Yeah, that name is not good. And then they also launched the 1977 Hanna-Barbera Dino-Mutt, whatever the fuck that is.
Dino-Mutt?
Dino-Mutt.
Dino-Mutt.
And they also did
High concept.
Spider-Ham. There's some like pig that's like...
Yeah, Spider-Ham, yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Ham's cool.
They did that. That was, I think it's Spider-Ham debuted on Star Comics.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And then also Mad Balls, Popples, Silverhawks, and more.
Oh, yeah.
They had Mad Balls comic books?
Yeah, I think they had a couple, yeah.
Yeah,
They had a cartoon of Mad Balls that I remember always renting the VHS at like Blockbuster.
What did the Mad Balls do?
I honestly don't remember. I don't think it was very good. It was like
They caused havoc.
It was like
They're
2
like,
episodes.
I saw it too. I used to
I,
watch it back
I
in the
think
day.
it's on YouTube.
Mad Balls. It's really fun to say. Mad Balls.
Yeah, it's not a bad name, for
Popples.
sure. I remember Popples too.
Popples.
I do.
I don't know if I remember Popples.
That's what I call my nipples when it gets cold outside.
Wow, dude. That's pretty lame.
Anyway.
Making Matty sigh over here. All right, in 2017, announced at the first strike panel Thursday at Comic-Con that year. The Visionaries is scheduled to launch in December of that year as part of IDW's interconnected Hasbro-verse line of titles.
That's great.
And in 2018, they received an IDW miniseries comic book called Transformers vs. Visionaries. And there's been many changes to that comic. Here is the synopsis for that comic under that I got from the IDW website. Cybertron has been invaded. The Transformers encounter unwelcome guests at the heart of their planet, and they may not have their host's best interests at heart. Refugees from another world, the Visionaries' startling magical abilities could make them powerful allies or dangerous enemies. It turns out there are some of each. When Viralina, leader of the Darkling Lords, discovers that the Transformers are vulnerable to magic, she uses that weakness to try and gain control of Cybertron. Leoric of the Spectral Knights teams up with Ironhide to stop her, but they quickly something themselves facing
Find
not just the
themselves.
Lord. Oh yeah, they quickly find themselves facing not just the Lords, but all of New Prismos itself.
Welcome to New Prismos!
Oh man.
Battle cry!
So I did some research again on Reddit for how people are taking this comic book miniseries that's going on right now. And this is some quotes I got. Boy, you know what I didn't care about before this issue? The Visionaries. You know what I don't care about after this issue? The Visionaries. And then another guy said, I don't know a single person who cares about any of these crossovers. Who died? Oh man, Reddit can be brutal at times, man.
Perfect.
Oh.
It's the syrupy reduction of the internet. The truth, if you will.
It's weird. Like, Bowditch, I know, has been on there for years, too, and he says he's never commented or posted anything once. He just reads from it.
He's just sitting in the back nodding. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Come on, Bowdy, express yourself.
Before we get to the actual reaction to the show, we have one more part here, and that is information on the potential movie for Visionaries, live action. On December 15th, 2015, The Hollywood Reporter reported that Hasbro and Paramount were creating a movie universe combining Visionaries with G.I. Joe, Micronauts, Mask, and ROM together. On April 21st, 2016, The Hollywood Reporter reported that Michael Chabon, Brian K. Vaughan, and many others, there's a whole list here, they have all joined the writer's room. You guys all know Brian K. Vaughan, but also Michael Chabon, he wrote the second Spider-Man movie, and he won a Pulitzer Prize for one of his books. I forget the name. But it was
Adventures of Cavalier and Clay.
Yes, that's it. So this guy is no fucking slouch. So be interested to see what happens with all that, man. IMDb has a badly written outline for their planned movie. It's, quote, evil trying to obtain all totems and overthrew the head wizard. While good, I swear I copy and pasted this, dude.
Overthrew?
While good, try to repel the evil forces. Their fucking IMDb fucking outline is bad.
A 10-year-old wrote that, Andrew. A 10-year-old.
It must have like Chinese money or something, and they just like had the Chinese publicist guy write it up. Boom, boom, boom.
Dude, it probably does. I don't know.
You know what I mean? It's like that
I don't
bad
know.
English, quick Chinese English translation.
Exactly. So the stuff that we kind of talked about before, this is the HCU that has been kind of pitched and been rumored to happen. The Hasbro Cinematic Universe. Everybody's trying to get a piece of that Marvel pie, right? Once again, it's going to be Visionaries, Micronauts, G.I. Joe, Rom the Space Knight, and a few others. G.I. Joe and Transformers probably leading the charge on all that. And also Hasbro just recently bought the Power Rangers as well, so the Power Rangers and their robots could be fighting Transformer robots and G.I. Joe on the ground with masks and their vehicles and all that, so it could all fucking cross over. There's even some rumors circling around John Cena's character, who is in Bumblebee, that he is actually a character from Mask.
Oh,
that'd be cool.
So
wow.
They're already doing it. And he could be maybe even a Sam Jackson type. So he looks a little evil in the trailer, but who knows how all that's going to pan out.
I like that Haley Stanfield. She's a sharp kid.
Yeah, it looks like if that's the start, if that's their Man of Steel or their Iron Man 1, then it looks like it is a decent start then.
I'm excited for that. I never thought I'd be excited for a Transformers movie. Ooh.
Oh, man, we have controversy. That's good. I like that.
Bold statement.
I'm not excited for it, but it looks way better than the other Transformers movies.
It does look way, way better. I think we can all agree on that.
And the thing that sold me was Starscream.
Not necessarily Bumblebee, but just the whole HCU thing in general.
Well,
I don't know if I care about...
My eyes are rolling out of my head.
Well,
yeah, I don't.
The writers they got are
good. That means the writers are good. And that means G.I. Joe.
They have people signed up to write things, but like there's,
I mean, if you get Brian K. Vaughan, I know they're already making the show, but I know they're making Y the Last Man, but make that shit happen faster. If you got Brian K. Vaughan, make Saga become a show. I don't care about any of this old toy shit.
Yeah, this
like
stuff
that
was
the worst thing you've ever said.
It never made it out of the 80s. It never made it past season 1.
Stefan, I'm with you. I think if they made a Transformers and G.I. Joe movie, dude, I'm there.
I mean, why don't you make the first good G.I. Joe movie first?
Exactly.
And make a good fucking Transformers movie before you start combining an audience.
But I loved connected universes.
That's great.
Who gives a shit, man? That's done.
I mean, I think Marvel Disney would say a lot of people give a shit.
yeah, there you go.
I think I think a reinvention on G.I. Joe would be awesome. Taking the helm of Transformers would be a smart thing to do, or taking a better helm to it, or whatever, however you would say.
It's like take the time and make.
Yeah.
Take the time and make a good movie first. Like take that time,
Nobody's
that extra time.
That.
Well, then they're going to fail.
Yeah, you're saying. Oh, I know what you're saying. They're going to rush to it like DC did.
Yeah, then they'll fail.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work.
Yeah. No, I don't have any inkling that this will be better than the Marvel universe, but I think.
No.
I don't know. I think we'll have to see how Bumblebee is. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because I think that'll. It seems like that could be their Man of Steel or Iron Man 1, like the kind of kick
you know
everything
what?
off.
Why don't you make a good Alien vs. Predator movie, or another good Predator movie, or another good Alien movie, and then let's move on to this shit.
But that's not Hasbro, though. That's
I don't care.
Different.
I'm just saying. Because I don't really care about the Visionaries. I don't care to see a movie about
You
Mask.
will. You're about to.
Yeah,
You're about
I
to.
doubt it.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, we are
this
about
room
to
hot?
watch it, actually.
I mean, I think in a perfect
20
world,
minutes-ish.
yes, all this could happen, and it would be great. But
Yeah.
it
would have to be a kind of.
I mean,
Guardians of the
don't
Galaxy
rush
kind of
it.
thing.
Just give us a good G.I. Joe movie. Give us more good Transformers movies. Start there, and keep it simple.
Other than your quintessential or I guess I don't know annually or whatever, however often they come out, like crossover books between like G.I. Joe and Transformers or Ninja Turtles and Batman, like. do G.I. Joe and Transformers like exist in the same universe, or is it just a Hasbro thing?
No, they exist in the same universe.
Yeah, they
at this
exist.
point.
It's easy
Through
because
IDW's
they're from different
comics.
planets. I mean, you can just always do the Cybertron visiting Earth, and then you don't have to do like a dimension thing. It's just them coming from that planet.
Okay. So it's
Yeah,
the Michael Bay
It's pretty easy to cross them over.
yeah, they're connected.
Oh yeah, make a good Turtles movie.
Yeah,
Well,
that too.
that is
That's-
Paramount,
yeah,
but that's not Hasbro.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give a shit. I'm just saying things that I'd much rather see besides this a Hasbro connected universe.
Speaking of cartoons, does anybody watch that new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon?
Is that out?
I don't know. Is
Hell
it
no.
out? I don't know.
It's out. Yeah.
I don't know. If
I haven't
it's
heard
out.
shit
I
about
think
it.
I think it's like 3 or 4 episodes in or something. Probably more.
Is it?
Actually.
I kind of
Yeah.
want to watch it.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
Let me know how it is.
All right. Okay, so now we're gonna actually watch the first episode and do a reaction. But before we get started with that, just to double check, Maddie, none of you guys have seen this first episode, right?
I've never seen this show. I still don't think
If
it
I
exists.
did, I was a wee tyke.
Okay, and Stefan, you haven't, right?
No, I definitely remember being into Visionaries and renting a VHS tape from Blockbuster.
So
baby.
way back in the day, you barely remember anything.
I
about
wasn't that long, but yeah.
it. Okay.
I'm not that old.
So, I have actually seen the first episode recently, like 2 weeks ago or so, but I don't remember. I mean, I probably remember a little bit, but I wasn't paying too much attention when I was watching it. So, all right,
Get your
everybody,
snacks,
cue it up.
boys.
All right, everybody. So this is going to be the reaction to the first episode. I know Manny's super excited about this.
I'm not. Andrew lying.
Visionaries, Knights of the Magical Light. So 3, 2, 1, start.
It is a time when magic is more powerful than science, and only
Sounds like
What's that
Vincent
Merlin
Price.
dude's name?
magic
Merklin?
control
Merklin.
are the visionaries.
They remind me of like
Yes.
different color silver samurais.
Green dragons. I
Yeah.
love those fucking the weapons. It's so inventive, man.
Yeah, the dude. Like it looks rad. Like when I was a kid, I'm sure I loved this. I was like, yo, let me get the toys now.
It looks
You know?
pretty much on par with anything else you'd see at that time
Yeah.
so far.
Merklin.
Far away in a distant
The
galaxy,
age of magic.
Star Wars.
Deal.
You got 2. Star Wars got 2 sons. We got 3 sons, son.
they had taken control of the solar
And they're different colors.
God,
enjoyed a
that
life
city's
of
awesome.
ease for 7,000 years.
Looks like a penis.
7,000
This was not to
years.
last. For the realignment of
Is
the
that 3 sons or just
sons of
J.J. Abrams?
Oh god, it's the realignment, guys. It's the
All
strong
kinds of Abrams.
JJ.
Ah. Lens flare.
See, this is the magic, y'all. I mean, science, y'all.
The animation is great.
There's Starscream's voice.
It's Starscream.
That ship is awesome. Great design. Triangles.
Yeah.
My crane's broke.
I don't know how anybody's
That's
gonna
how
be
we
watching
build
along
stuff with
us.
when we have magic that exists.
Priuses.
Somebody shot off an EMP.
The future looks like the 80s.
Electrical energy had been depleted from the world.
Yeah, somebody tossed in an EMP.
Magic began.
This shit's 22 minutes long. Oh god.
Believe this
It's a
Come
cartoon.
on,
You don't
man.
like-
This is
you don't
nowhere
like
near as
cartoons?
bad as Dinosaurs.
passed. And
This is
as the
great.
old order
I'd say.
collapsed,
You not
It
enjoying
is better
this?
than Dinosaurs.
order
Trust me.
rose
Yeah.
from the rubble.
Oh man, look at that animation. So good.
They look like the Centurions.
They do, yeah. Exactly.
Get off my wall.
Fucked them up. Fucked them up.
This is the magic section.
Once again, you attack New Valoric in vain.
Just whip his ass off.
Knowing that the balance of power between Darkstorm and Leoric could easily be tipped.
Leoric.
This- yeah, that's a cool name.
Leoric, speak with me.
Since we no
In
longer
my
have
chambers.
electricity, I have invented a catapult.
Oh, man.
He invented a catapult.
Is he shooting cats? Oh.
What do you think?
That's stupid.
Don't mind my
Oh, the old hole in the floor
He
trick.
did what we all wanted him to do.
Dang, these are the good guys?
You have to bring the
Seems
scientists
like a pretty
back from
shitty
the
thing to
pool.
do.
Science is over, and the
He might be a bad guy, actually. The guy with the baby blue is Leoric. He's a good guy.
Your feeble
That guy's a
science
good guy
shall
right
not
there.
hold up.
Atop Iron Mountain. It is filled with magic.
This Merklin is awesome.
Nonsense.
They didn't just make a figure of him.
Magic.
Are these the bad guys who Merklin is associated with currently? Oh, yep.
Couldn't Merklin
ball!
float?
I think he does actually use magic here.
They better float back up. Come on, really?
He straight up told him their
Maybe he
science
didn't
ain't
want
worth
to be
shit.
in there anymore.
Now he's a chump. He fell in the hole.
have you come to us, old one?
Dang, he should have
Because
floated.
I fell into a hole.
Men and women of vision.
I went into the sewage system.
The ways of magic.
This animation's great, man.
I know, I really enjoy it too.
Oh, trout.
There is a magical shrine. Yes, Hector.
Magical trout.
How the fuck did none of you know about this?
Magic.
Oh, there is intrigue.
Who's that shifty motherfucker?
Oh, he's hanging out and around.
Get out of here. He's a spy, dude. For the Darklings or whatever the fuck.
Wow.
He's the fuck up clan member.
Tread carefully. They're shattered glass.
Tread carefully.
Leoric is even more of a fool than we thought. He has decided.
He's got on boots. He's not worried about
He's
glass.
subscribed to mystery box deliveries.
We can't let Leoric.
We
gain
all
the
have
advantage.
these chest plates,
We too
and there's
must
nothing
join
inside
this
of
quest
them.
for magic.
Perhaps someday
This
there will
armor
be.
is very comfortable.
With pleasure.
That guy got his pants from the shop.
All right,
They're
that's
in
the
love
third
with
time
this
he's
whole.
pulled that lever.
Yeah. How many more idiots can we get to stand on this panel?
We leave tomorrow.
We leave tomorrow.
This guy's hologram is gonna be garbage.
Yes, you're worthy.
He's spiritually connected to the garbage.
Is R2 down there?
Attend me, Knights of Prismos, and hear my challenge.
Prismos.
All who can
Baby.
ascend the mountain, survive
Dude,
the
I've been watching
test
Beavis and Butthead
before
lately.
you
Yeah.
Hey, hey, it's Moses.
shall be rewarded with magic.
It's Moses.
Prismos.
Powerful.
Dude, this is very biblical.
This
Yeah.
is my solemn
I feel like
promise.
First girl in this whole fucking thing.
it's anti-science. It's
No, the Romans are going
That's
after
all I got.
Moses.
That's what they base this on, bro.
Hold up.
so can they? Whoa, that dude, the red dude, he's cool looking. I had these toys. For sure.
To be a better
Dude,
Oh.
if you make a
Good
hot
guy.
package with these toys, man, you gotta do
That'd
that
be cool.
tie-in, bro.
We need more Patreon donations.
If I don't make it,
Help Steph. Help Steph. Patreon.com/SuperHousePodcast.
I'll buy the $50 figures, and you know what? I'll open them. I'll do it. I don't give a fuck.
No, don't open
But send,
them.
but send
No,
me your
don't
money.
open 'em.
Send me your money.
Stefan, if you open them, man, I'm gonna fucking punch you, bro.
Yes.
Maybe we should have got less doors in this chasm.
Maybe the magic can stop that
cut
trap.
my fingernails.
I have no
No, that means he's a wizard.
I
The
guess
beard and fingernails, dude.
he does a lot of cocaine.
Yeah,
Cocaine.
dude. Out of all of his fingers.
Perhaps we should relieve
Yeah.
those behind us of the burden of
That's how he found magic.
Ah, you dummies.
Oh, is this the
fell-
magic quest that they're on?
They fell for the old bone bridge trick.
Commercial break.
that should take care of them.
Oh shit!
Oh, dang.
Cast a spell on you, dummy.
Are you enjoying your baskettis?
cliff dweller.
It is
That
not a
weapon
problem.
looks heavy.
It is a cleverly disguised opportunity.
Oh yeah, this part's kind of cool. I think.
There's hope.
I think.
There is always a way.
Oh, yes.
Hell
Yes. Yes. 'Cause
Totally
that
plausible. I did
That
that
works.
before.
I don't know
really-
how all that works. Things on Prismos must be different.
I'll get a bow as soon as we return to the castle.
To the castle.
Oh, look, he warped to the other side, but he can't do this. Come
Awesome.
on.
It's got an anime quality to it. I guess that's because they sent it to Japan.
Near
huh?
the market square.
Man, all of them did. Thundercats did. Transformers. All those cartoons did, bro.
Merklin's beard is like
Botanical
very
garden.
stylish.
You must be joking.
He keeps up on his Gentleman's Quarterly.
Orchard. Do something treacherous that I may put those.
I read it for the articles.
Will anybody tell me if my breath stinks in this helmet?
So at this point in the story, did the staff serve a purpose?
You know what? I really don't know.
So they're just running around with flags.
They're yeah.
I'm of the orange flower.
Who's that guy?
badass.
Just chilling.
Is your
He's got a cool weapon.
Oh, he's wearing chaps. Near assless chaps. Delicious.
Savor my side, Victor! Mordred, you've done
I think they could be weapons, and only some of them have staffs, which comes into the
Don't touch me. Don't
how
touch
they
me.
balance out their characters later.
It's just a cultural thing. You're just constantly carrying around this sigil that as of yet has no meaning.
Yeah.
We've just been carrying them for generations. Looks like a flower kinda to me. I don't
My
know.
father did it, and his father before
Jeremy
him.
thinks it looks like the sun, so we're kinda torn.
Try that,
Can I hold it
Juggernaut.
next? No, it's mine.
Oh shit! Rawr.
Cool.
No, you pissed off the golem.
I forgot about this one.
Yeah.
He's even got a bowl cut.
Oh, dang. He's got tricks.
Fingered the hell out of that mountain.
a little faith is crazy.
This is like...
It's very religious.
Yeah. Now we're in Jewish mythology with the golem.
Ah, true
Not to
that.
spoil it too much, but all their choices they make.
Whoa,
Actually
don't.
influence how-
We're not done with
okay.
this app yet, Doc.
All
Don't.
right. All this
Dang.
stuff is sort of leading up to some shit.
That's like the worst spoiler when you're watching it and then someone's gonna spoil it.
Sorry, man.
Like,
Forgive
if we
me.
hadn't seen it and you spoiled it, that'd been fine. But we're watching it. God.
Didn't
I
know
do
you-
find this engaging. These visuals are dope.
Yeah.
Joey, I'm just gonna say, Dark Souls took a note from Visionaries.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. What was the one dude with the little scythe?
Yeah.
I'm terrified
It's,
right now. Oh, God.
I've been blanking on this guy's name. I've been trying to make a joke about it, but I forget his name.
This guy here.
Glarenod.
No, the dude from Dark Souls who stabbed you in the back.
Whoa! She almost stabbed her in the back, Joey. You're
Does
close.
this
yeah.
episode pass the Bechtel test?
Bechtel.
Yeah.
Are they?
¿Qué es Bechtel test?
If they only talk about men, then it does not.
Yeah. Oh God.
Boom! Take that, bitch.
The girls' designs are cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really just like color scheme and maybe a little bit of the armor is different. Yeah.
I think it's just a sleeker look or something.
Yeah.
Great design.
See you later,
Yeah.
big ass squid.
Very comic booky. This is the man.
That's anime-ish right there. That
Greatest.
shot.
Yeah. Late. When did this come out again?
87.
87.
87, really? Yeah. Awesome.
I
Oh,
totally
God.
missed this whole thing.
Bees.
Be able to trade these for a bit of hard cash.
Stop screaming.
Hard cash.
It's got a pretty cool helmet.
Last meeting would have deterred you, Cinder. Nothing deters
All very
me.
distinct. They're just. This is great, man. I want these fucking toys.
Show's working on you, huh?
It's got like the
Helmet.
quality of animation that is like. What am I trying to say? It's like really detailed.
They went whole hog with it, boy.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder
They
if the
just-
later
it just
later
didn't hit.
episodes were less. You know, like I wonder if
Could've
earlier
been.
episodes, like the first episode, put more expense into it.
Down from here!
God, I only see Starscream whenever I hear that voice.
Yeah.
On my part, which I could only do for my loyalty.
They still have a hold of their staffs. Let go of
To
them.
carry out this deed, you must swear loyalty.
No, it's mine. You can't have it. It's my favorite staff.
It's like a welder's helmet, that guy.
Good food
Yeah.
in your castle?
There's
Deadpool.
two grandfather clocks on that guy.
Deadpool.
You
Deadpool.
leave me little choice. So rule me well, or suffer the consequences.
Wait, is that guy upside down now, or are we from the perspective of?
They're all
Whoa, look at it.
upside down.
A dead
Yeah,
vision.
Oh, that guy's not.
Master Chief's the only
He's
one that's
not.
not upside down.
Oh, cool. Oh,
Master
yes.
welder.
Word up to MC Escher, son.
Fresh air, I think.
Piss off.
Fuck you, bug.
Are you liking this more than Dino Riders, Stefan?
Dino Riders was pretty compelling. This one,
Alright.
this one's still. I mean, it's good. I really like it,
It's got potential.
You know,
but I don't like the. Oh, well, it's interesting. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
And a botanical garden. I don't know.
Yes, let's split
Don't
up.
do
There will be room for both? Oh,
He must have to
where did
pee.
Hector go?
He did the old Stephanie goodbye, suckers. Enjoy the rest of your night.
I gotta say, I'm enjoying this more the second time.
Yeah.
For
There's a
some
lot
reason.
going on. Good action.
Yeah.
Man, I would have loved that guy's weapon is cool. I would have loved to watch this and
Did he-
Is that
He
Optimus
just-
Prime?
It does look like a.
Yeah, I think so. Peter Weller? Peter
No,
Cullen?
just the outfit. I can't really hear the voices.
You fools! There is magic enough for everyone.
This is the most powerful guy here.
there's magic enough for everyone in Merklin's house, baby.
Enter the shrine.
Baby!
Cryotech. Why don't you
Just come back to
vent
my
your
room.
aggressions on the
Cryotech.
of wood?
Merlin like the boys.
Whoa, you-
shit. Oh, dude, it's a portal.
Wait, so no one wins and they all get magic? That seems. Why'd you even try?
Whoa. Dee-dee-dee.
Look.
Their whole lives are war.
Congratulations, noble knights.
Whoa.
You have survived the final test. You
All right, it was a
and
test.
you alone had the vision to reach the shrine. You are the Visionaries. And I deem you worthy now to receive my magic.
Dude looks like the Bhagwan. He looks like
That will
Osho.
help you and your people.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Merklin, what do
He
you
does.
want from us in exchange for your magic?
Occasional tasks.
What sort of
Whoa,
tasks?
whoa, whoa,
You
whoa.
will learn in due time.
Bedroom tasks.
Let
None
me
of this was
present
mentioned
you
beforehand.
the magical totems that each of you has earned.
I don't see nobody's totem.
Man has been gay since time eternal.
It was necessary to fly.
I want to see all the totems.
For that,
You
shall
put
receive
two
the
leaves
totem
together and
of
flew
the
magically.
Yes!
You will have the coolest one.
That's awesome.
I knew this would all be worth it.
I'm a motherfucking bird.
For your climbing
I knew
ability
the
and
space in my
brute
armor would be
strength,
filled up
I
someday.
give you the gorilla totem. Witherquick, for your blinding speed and dexterity. I grant you the totem of the fastest animal in creation, the cheetah. Kravex.
Fastest
For your
land
deeds,
animal?
You shall have the totem of the only airborne scavenger on Prismos. The
He's a rat.
Phylot.
Dragon.
And you,
Oh,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
it's like a
for
fantasy
fencing the
creature.
ambush,
This is
shall
awesome.
receive the totem of the fox. Mordred, for bootlicking, above and beyond
Bootlicking?
all objectives.
You were
got a
piece of
boot.
shit.
I give you the scampering beetle.
I am offended.
A scampering
I am
beetle.
offended.
Give me, master.
Quit your groveling.
What a loser.
He sucks. How do they use this later? Just to go through small spaces, maybe?
Yeah, his spy.
I guess so.
I wonder if he changes sides. He's like, fuck these guys.
That could happen, yeah.
While being a spy.
And
Fuck
you,
yeah, that's me.
Verena, displayed a killing instinct
Fuck
underwater
that guy,
that's me.
that is
That's me.
matched only by
Dibs.
that of the shark.
And that's my girlfriend.
Thus, it shall be your totem.
Tight.
Galadria. No animal
I'm
evinces
in, man.
greater
Galadria.
intelligence under the ocean than the dolphin.
Galad.
Thus, it is fitting that you shall have its totem. And Lexor.
Merlin's the biggest OG
Dolphin
because he's playing
girl.
both sides, dude.
Yeah.
He controls the table.
He's got an agenda.
Yeah, I wonder. That'd be cool if they did something with that.
Silence before
He said armadillo.
Cryotech, for your incredible strength and endurance, you shall wear the totem of the bear. Recon, for your stealth and
all
treachery,
kinds of 'em.
you shall bear
There's
the
a lot,
totem
yeah.
of the lizard.
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 I love that pronunciation.
You reptilian son of a
The
bitch.
totem of the lion.
Oh, you got a cool one. Yeah, bitch.
Dude, yeah.
It's all right. I was merely testing.
And Darkstorm, for your incomparable climbing skills and
It's all right, I'm all
generous
right.
sliminess,
Are you all right?
you
I wanted
shall
to
receive
feel
the
my
totem of
tiger
the
balls.
mollusk. These animals are the magical representation of your true inner being.
There are a lot of characters there.
When you need them most, you will become them. But remember, they are like emotions. powerful.
I have
yet
to pee.
sometimes uncontrollable.
Just go.
You mean
Just
we found
go,
our way to the
man.
shrine for magic we can't
got the
control?
Just go in the suits. You know there's a filtration device that turns it into water.
You have the totem of the cock. You mean like a rooster? No, a penis.
And you will see a wondrous transformation.
The staffs do some shit, right?
Have no staff.
You will discover in time.
Exactly.
Shut the fuck up.
You shall
No,
find your
shush, I
staff
wanna
in
know.
time, young man.
You beetle piece of shit.
Raise your
Some young men's staffs
Oh,
don't
yeah.
show up until much later.
Yes, indeed.
special power.
Ah.
Like speed, knowledge, strength, decay, destruction,
Decay, dude.
fear, and
So fucking
invulnerability.
metal.
However, each time your powers
Don't be a
are
bitch.
used, they will grow weaker. Thus, you will have to come
I wonder if
here
that's
to
like
recharge
different
them
combinations.
With more magical powers. Now, if
Yeah.
you'll excuse
Like a
me.
decay tiger or
That's it,
something.
we just walked out.
No, as a matter of fact, I have an exit method.
Now
that
you
I
all
think
must
you
fight
will
to the death.
especially appreciate.
Initiate and
Mortal Kombat
officiate.
has begun.
I'm just laughing out.
You dumb, naive children.
He destroys all the stabs.
That is my stuff. Put it down before I am forced to teach you a nasty lesson in manners.
You have no staff, reptile.
You would be a fool to cross me again.
Thank you, Sir Knight.
Why was he leaning over like that? That was a terrible way to stand. Jeez.
It hurts the back.
Damn.
Whoa. That's a sneaky attack.
on. Come on.
I propose that magic shall only be used to preserve peace on Prismos.
Oh,
Believe
yes.
I'm hearing this.
Christmas.
But I second your proposal. May the age of peace last forever. Forever.
The end.
Exactly.
Dang, this is a nice little package. I mean,
So wait, do we
I don't
like
have to
each
watch any
other,
more
or-
episodes.
The other
I
12
hate that
episodes were prequels.
We're doing all season one.
There's
tonight.
no magic. That's why
They
no one liked
Tarantino'd
it.
this shit.
I am not. It is so much easier to be.
Pretty involved.
Oh, we see his face now.
I'm a man behind this mask. This staff can do anything.
Woman needs saving. It doesn't pass
Lisa.
the dental test.
He's actually using his staff for something. Interesting.
Princess Peach, what up?
May I?
Your hat's stupid.
Never before have I met such a strong knight.
I assure you, madam, it was but a petty feat.
What is
Henry Cavill's gonna play
My
this
power
dude.
staff
I can see that.
great magic.
Henry Cavill's gonna motion
You do
capture the
have a
entire
fanciful imagination.
cast.
I will prove it to you. A whim, thought, and more.
Come on,
sought.
touch my staff.
Wake my mind, I will be wrought.
Too easy.
Address me as
What the fuck?
What?
Very well, bearer
He's
of
got
knowledge.
brain
Tell me
power
all
now.
you know of
Yeah,
this
supposed to be
fair
leader.
maiden.
From the
This
whole-
is cool. They can
Yeah.
summon demons. Knowledge demons.
Evil Knight Virolina.
Oh shit, that's right.
Oh!
Damn, tricked ya.
No!
This is some.
Oh my god, what happened?
What the fuck? This is some Game of Thrones shit. What?
Tune in
I'm
next
hooked.
week for Visionaries episode 2.
Right in. Welcome to the Visionaries podcast.
Maddie's so excited. Yeah.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Visionarians.
Hasbro.
For-
made-
formerly-
that green
form-
werewolf dude looked cool.
Formerly known as the SuperHouse podcast. Episode
Did
93.
that skeleton just blow that dude's fire out?
Sunbow.
Man, that made my popples hard.
Stop.
Too easy, bro.
This is
It's
what
too easy and I'm
happens
still
when an
giggling a little bit and I
unstoppable
hate it.
force meets an immovable
I hate
object.
myself for it. All right, Maddie, I gotta know. What'd you think of this episode?
How did
It wasn't as bad as I thought. It was
See?
way better than Dino Saucers.
See, I told you, man.
Totes.
I'm even so much in. I would watch episode 2. I honestly, we should do all 13 episodes. I think it'd be fun.
Happy dance. This is my happy dance. I'm sorry. I had some coffee.
Okay. What else were you saying, Maddie? Sorry about that.
Oh, I was like, we could do all 13 episodes. Would be down.
Yeah.
Visionarians unite.
I'm not saying I'm going to become a fan. But
cool.
I want to see how the series ends.
Oh, so it hooked you, man. We really hooked you on this, huh?
Well, you know what hooked me was the to be continued, because to be continueds always get me.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when they have like Dino Saucers was a nice little wrapped up package of an episode, so I could just totally forget it. I don't need to watch another one. But this one, does that guy die? I don't know, probably not, because they got to make a line of action figures. But the possibility that he could die, I need to know.
Right.
And they just got their powers, so.
And I'm pretty stoned. So yes.
Yes.
That's how you should be, bro.
SuperHouse Saturday mornings.
Joey?
Where's my cereal?
I know. We got to do that.
I thought it was fine.
Okay. All right.
You know,
fair.
I mean, it was fun watching it. You know, it's super just silly. You know.
Right.
But yeah, it was fine. I'd be fine to watch more, but I
didn't
probably
hate it.
won't.
You didn't love it. All right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Who was your favorite character?
Let's see. Who did I like?
Ron Solarius.
Leoric.
Yeah.
The beetle guy.
That's the problem is I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember names.
And there was like 92 of them.
There's like 3 different dudes that I like, but they all kind of look the same, so I'm not really sure.
Those helmets too that a lot of them have are sort of similar to shit in Mask.
Yeah, it's definitely, this shows very much like a Mask type show, and it's like
Mask with
they
castles.
probably got a lot of like influence from like Jack Kirby with all those outfits and stuff.
Yeah.
Like it could totally like go the way of like Thor Ragnarok if they wanted to make this show again and like keep the outfits. But if they were going to do a film, man, they had to do a serious overhaul.
What would you change? Just everything, or just overall tone, or?
I mean, probably just like the look of everything. Like, I mean, keep some of it, but you know, what the hell are the staffs for? Use something else. You know.
Well, if they use a staff, like a magical staff, like a Merlin type of thing.
Sure, like have like a
in the magic spell. I think we'll probably see more of that as time goes on.
Have like the head of the staff be like the head of your animal or whatever, you know, something like that. But
that's interesting.
You know,
Stefan, you love the shit out of it.
I thought it was pretty good. I definitely would want to watch more. I thought most of all, I thought it looked great. I liked just looking at it, and I'm pretty stoned too, so it was like very stimulating. The voices are good. I like the concepts that are there, but it seems like super involved, like really convoluted. Like I can't imagine when you're around the target age, you know, you'd have to be like a real brainiac to want to. To me, it's like the Fallout of Saturday morning cartoons, where you just like all these little pieces have to come together for the big picture to kind of make sense.
Right.
You know, and so this one, it just has a lot going on there, but it's fun to look at, and there was nothing that was like super cringy, although I wish there was in some regard, but you know, it didn't turn me, nothing in it would like turn me away, and I thought all the characters, even though there's so many, it felt like Game of Thrones kind of in that way, but also like, even though I don't know their names, they were all really fun to look at, and the voices were distinct enough to be, I mean, more or less. There seemed to be like 3 or 4 of those Starscream characters.
Yeah, I know. I actually got a little confused there.
That's well. What I think if they could reduce it down for like a reboot or whatever. They could reduce the numbers down maybe a little bit and kind of rethink that maybe. I don't know.
So I didn't know anything about this without the internet. Like, I didn't watch it when I was a kid, and it completely bypassed me. I was 3 in 1987, so and I just did not know anything about it. I did watch it recently because I did, was able to watch some cartoons on the internet in a certain way, and
dang, illegal.
In a certain way. I bought everything with all of the money that I have.
I got them on eBay. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
So yeah, I think Sunbow really cares. But anyway, what am I trying to say here? I really did like it, actually. I think that there's a lot of potential. I think that if they made a movie, honestly, for better or worse, Guardians of the Galaxy turned a lot of heads. Like, you can turn any fucking property into something amazing if you just fucking rewrite it enough, So I think that there's a lot of fertile ground here. Was this the greatest cartoon I've ever seen? No, not at all. But the science and the fantasy aspect and some of the characters, not all of them, but it's pretty cool. And if you did something to where you were kind of playing with holograms more, and this is me, but like if you were playing with reality more, and like it doesn't have to be sciencey either. It could just be like magical dimensions or something like that, and kind of weave that into the tale that you tell. I think that there could be something really cool there, and have Merlin play even more of a role, or Merklin. Like fucking, he's a huge, well, not a huge, but he comes in Troll Hunters,
Magic ablazing
at a certain point, and he's great. So it would be kind of cool for them to take that as an influence too. So yeah, I liked it. I'm glad Maddie made a turn and Joey didn't hate it. So I knew you would like it, Stefan. So
hell yeah.
So that's cool. I am personally kind of excited about the HCU if they were to get it off, just because it's so weird and unheard of, and
yeah.
It's like a challenge. It's like, how do you make this shit interesting? So
yeah.
I don't know. But Transformers and G.I. Joe are there, so it's not like it's all complete bullshit. And they could do a lot with that. So if they made a movie, let's just talk about like a potential movie here for Visionaries. Not crossing over with anything just yet, just a Visionaries movie. So what influences for the movie and overall tone would you want them to take? Like I said, Guardians of the Galaxy. Is there anything you think that could really like help? Like, what influences they should take to make the movie? Thor Ragnarok from Joey. Anything else?
Yeah.
I think they should go dark with it. I think it should be like a horror fantasy.
Okay, that's cool. Like
hard R.
Not hard R, just like a good PG-13, but just like have like because the guy was transforming into like a bear werewolf monster.
Yeah,
that'd be sick. They are using like animals and stuff. That could be cool. You could take a Beastmaster vibe with it. That'd be sick too. I think some Dark Souls influence would be cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lovecraft.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, have you guys seen that movie?
Which one?
Well, just like a Lovecraftian Knights magic movie.
Oh, I got you.
I'm just trying to think of stuff that would be like, I've never seen
my
that
money.
Before. Yeah. I don't know. But I also agree too. I think Thor Ragnarok or Guardians would be a good way to take it, to make it like lighthearted and fun.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
But I think the same thing is like, I mean, you'd have to have the fun elements and like the serious elements too. I would also do a big costume upgrade. Like, kind of keep the boxy kind of look and make it look more Knights, but I want them to cover their faces more. Like, all the cool Knights helmets and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Like, I wish it was, like, more encapsulating. I just don't really like design where it's just, like, this, like, box around your head. I just think it doesn't look good. So I think they could, like, streamline a lot of that and maybe pull some stuff from, like... I mean, there's cool helmets from when Knights actually existed, so to maybe put in more of that element, but kind of make it kind of spacey, sci-fi.
They're all gonna have those recycled Starship Trooper helmets.
Yeah. Gross. But yeah, I mean, I just think there's things they could do and still keep. I mean, I still think like you got to throw in like the cheesy like hologram on the chest though. Like, I feel like there's a cool way to do that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like integral, and it's cheesy, but I think you kind of have to keep it.
Yeah.
I
mean, there's a cool way to do it that would make it like, I mean, it's magical, so it, doesn't have to make sense scientifically.
No.
So,
yeah, this is obviously a world with Merklin and all kinds of magic and shit, so it's all can be explained via that way, basically.
I feel like they should also just drop the Merklin thing and just call him Merlin. I feel like that'd get a big laugh in the trailer.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to get that to fly in movie setting as well as even like a cartoon reboot.
Well, dudes could just be like, Merklin? No, Merlin.
Yeah, sick. You get the
easily
laugh.
change it that way. Yeah.
Get the nod. The fans are happy. Maybe not. Maybe they hate it.
You wouldn't be ruining anybody's childhoods because no one gave a shit when this came out. So
because no one bought anything or watched it apparently.
They apparently did some redesigns for the comic recently.
Yeah, I was looking. They're not that good.
Okay, yeah. They really need to. Apparently, they're going to do another reboot. They really want this to work, man.
I mean, I'm with you. I think there's a interesting story here. I just think. I mean, I haven't read the. I don't think the way to bring it back into people's minds is to put it with Transformers. Yeah. I think it should have just been a standalone series. You know, give it kind of more of a horror vibe or something, or just kind of straddle the line of like what fantasy can be, you know, and just take some like leaps with it. Call it the same thing, but like I don't know. The suits are just pretty awful on the images I saw on Google. So
there's a chance to make it a little bit more sword and sorcery too, you know, like Thundercats and He-Man were, like, and Conan, you know, that's a whole genre of film that we just haven't seen in a long time. Like we had Conan and Beastmaster and a few others back in the day. So I think if they kind of lean more into that, I know there's a science fiction aspect to it as well, but kind of lean really into the sword and sorcery part of it, that could also kind of separate it from a lot of other shit that we've seen.
What was the one show that was like He-Man? It was somebody the Barbarian. Oh God.
Conan the Barbarian?
No.
Kroll the Conqueror or whatever?
No.
More info.
I'm looking for it.
There's Beastmaster, I know that.
It may not be necessarily the Barbarian, but it's something.
I don't know, man. While Joey looks that up, who would you cast if this movie was being made and you were a producer? I'll go with Stefan first on this one.
Like I said, Henry Cavill motion capturing for the entire cast. I think his
so. Wait,
acting
you're doing
chops are up to
CG
snuff.
for everybody, or fucking motion for the whole cast for the women too?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, I want to see his range. No, I don't know. It was kind of hard to tell because there are so many characters, but. We'll say for that, the lion guy, he had a mustache, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm going to say Henry Cavill. And then...
oh, my God.
Hugh Jackman.
You have a fucking man crush on Henry Cavill, bro.
I actually really don't like Henry Cavill. But, I mean, I like him as an actor or whatever. But yeah, it's hard to tell. There was a lot of them, I think. As Selma Blair as the evil chick, I'll just run off
That's cool.
Off the top of my head who I could remember. The Weasley lizard guy, he'd be like maybe, depending on where that character goes, I'd say somewhere between Steve Buscemi or
Andy Serkis.
Or Andy Serkis. or who's that other guy? That fucking dude from Seven who had sex with the prostitute with that weird knife contraption.
Oh yeah, he's in Alien Resurrection too.
That guy. I love that actor. He's like he's the perfect Weasley guy. We'll go ahead and say who else would I want to see in this movie since I can't remember characters. I'll say Jason Statham. I don't like him that much, but I think he'd fit well.
As one of the villain guys, maybe?
Yeah, maybe something main bad guy. Maybe
the first comic book nerdy thing he's done. He said before he's kind of against doing comic book movies.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Got to get Jaimin Hunsu in there.
All right. The Jamana-sans continues.
And you know what I would do is cast Chris Evans to lead the charge. He'd be like the main character. Give him something meaty to chew on that isn't Captain America. This could be his next
Put him
franchise.
back in a costume.
Yeah, back in front of a
That's what he
green
wants
screen.
to do.
With a holographic fucking staff on it in his hand.
At this rate, that motherfucker's going to end up on Broadway. Just kidding. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about that.
All right, Maddie?
I mean, just watching an episode, I don't know the characters. I don't know them.
Right.
Like,
you kind of
the ins and outs of them. But
who could you see in this type of movie?
I mean, my boy Tom Hardy had put in this. Why not?
Nice.
Joel
Hell
Edgerton. Why not?
Yeah.
All right.
Idris Elba. Why not?
Hell yeah.
Nice. Maddie's got this on the clench,
I don't know.
baby.
I don't know the one dude's name who is in I Saw the Devil, but that
I
dude.
don't know either.
The dudes
Yeah,
from
yeah.
the Raid movie. You know the two I'm talking
Nice.
about because
This movie's
we can get some
getting fucking
great action
good.
scenes. I mean, this is my dream cast.
Maddie,
Yeah.
everybody in the
For
world
Maddie.
is this movie.
Visionaries casting by Maddie Fitz.
Yeah.
Jesus. Keep
The tagline is,
going.
Who
Hey,
am I-
Guardians worked.
Who are my ladies?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm with. I think Stefan said it about dropping the number of nights 4 to 5 on each side.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's
cool.
like too many.
You would have to, yeah. If it
Yeah,
wasn't
it's
a
just too
long-running
much.
series.
Because I mean, you know, like Stefan mentioned, and I like our picks are like A-list actors. It's like you're gonna have a couple A-lists in there. So
Oh, yeah.
let's
You
put
gotta sell your
Let's
movie.
put Paul Rudd in there. We need some comedic timing. Let's throw him in.
Hell yeah.
Paul Rudd. As a villain this time, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Well, he was a villain in that movie Mute, sort of, which is not
was
that
it?
good. I don't know what ladies do I want in there. Ugh, it's a lot.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Yes, that's a good choice. I want her too.
Put her in everything.
Put her in everything.
Well, the latest Tomb Raider chick, who was Vikander.
Yeah, sure, she can be in there too.
She'd be good, I think.
I'm casting Ian McKellen as Merklin.
Hell
So
yeah.
why not? Got to bring it full circle. Get that Lord of the Rings in there. We all thinking about it.
Oh yeah, Merklin.
And then I'd put Patrick Stewart in there too because they haven't done anything together. And why fuck not? 'Cause
They're best
perfect
friends.
together. Yeah. So they'd be
Cillian
in there.
Murphy.
He can have a best friend, dude.
That's true.
I don't know. This is my movie. Don't tell me how to direct my movie.
I'm producing
I
Visionaries.
would have Sam Jackson be Merklin for sure.
Wow.
Sorry,
All right.
jumping back in here.
What else? Who would I have direct this? I don't know.
Ooh.
That's a good question. Go ahead.
Darren Aronofsky's my pick.
I
want this
would
to be his
watch
first total failure.
Nicholas Winding Refn would be my choice. Just
That would be
kidding.
great.
It'd be
This
fucking
is-
weird. It'd be fucking weird, and he wouldn't do it. So
It'd be
This is
10
the
hours
canned-
long.
Canned
Yeah.
nerd answer here, but Del Toro would probably be pretty good with this too.
that'd be cool. He definitely put that horror aspect in it that I want.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'd probably pick like Corin Hardy because he's an up and comer. He's got The Nun coming out. I really love the
Oh,
movie
yeah.
The Hallow.
Oh,
I think it'd be cool to see him with like a big budget. He was going to do The Crow, but that fell through. So he needs a project. Give him Visionaries. I feel like
There
he has
you
a
go.
good design sense too, because the creatures in the Hallow were pretty dope looking. And that'd be my pick. Is just like someone who wouldn't be expensive, and
Right.
you could kind of like rein in, I guess, a little bit. But he also has enough of imagination to do his own shit. And I don't. And he'd probably agree with me. I haven't met the guy ever, but the costumes would gotta change. And I feel like he'd be the guy, be like, all right, this sounds cool, I can make this work, but those costumes gotta change.
For me, the
Like sick
costumes
looking.
would just mostly have to become a little bit sleeker looking.
Yeah, the color too, like
Yeah,
definitely some
yeah.
better colors.
I think they'd have to
Slightly
lean.
shinier, maybe.
I'd like to see them lean into the technology, medieval stuff, like really mesh those two together.
Yeah.
Take a cue from Black Panther and Thor Ragnarok and stuff for those like civilization kind of things. Make it a place that we can get lost in and like we've never seen before.
And
you know?
my screenwriters would be William Gibson and Neil Gaiman doing the script together, because
Whoa.
one's a really great fantasy writer, other one's a really great
Yeah.
like heady sci-fi writer. So that'd be sick,
Cool.
because then they make the suits look cool too.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
I thought about this. I'm on it when I'm high. I want to watch this movie now.
I'd get Justin Marks to write it.
What do you do?
He has. I think he's only had like one actual movie come out, but he wrote a Green Arrow movie called Super Prison or something. Supermax. The script that was floating around for a while before Marvel took off with the MCU and stuff like that. They were going to make a
I
Green
heard
Arrow.
about this.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I read the script. It was awesome. You could download it. He also wrote a pitch. He was doing He-Man for a while. He was connected to the Shadow of the Colossus project that I'm sure is never going to get made. Justin Marks. There's scripts of his floating around, but I'm not sure what of his has actually been made. But
I need to watch a movie. I want to read.
I read some of it. I read some of his stuff, and he's just such a good writer, and there was no wonder he was. For a small moment, it seemed like he was about to pop off.
Oh, yeah, I think I've heard about this guy too.
Yeah. Anyway,
Joey, you've been quiet. Original question was, who would you cast in it? It doesn't have to be the full thing, just a couple of people.
I don't know.
All right, well, I'd do Paul Bettany. I'd throw him in there because his Britishness would lean towards the knight aspect really well. And sure, why not Henry Cavill? He can finally talk in his British accent as well. I would go maybe all British. I don't know, because they're knights. And yeah, I would put Vikander in as maybe the villain girl, Viralina, I think was her name. And for Galadriel, man, who's blonde and good? I don't know. Girl playing Supergirl right now. Forget her name. Benoist. Why not?
Yeah, I know.
she's cute.
Cool. So, I think that pretty much rounds it out, guys. This has been a fucking cool episode, I think.
I liked it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it as well.
Cool. I'm glad
Good
you
job.
did,
Nice.
man. This has been the first episode in what very well may be a running series of our commentary on Visionaries. I do want to put some more. I want to do some more info episodes on just a hint at future stuff. Rom the Space Knight, and what was the other one, Stefan? Micronauts. And a few of the others. And they don't even have cartoons, so that'll be just us talking about them real quick.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be kind of cool to run through that. And James Gunn actually has had some public issue with making a Rom the Space Knight movie.
Oh, wow.
He has some like quote saying the problem with the character or something like that. So yeah, I don't know. But it'd be interesting to cover.
We'll get into it.
Man, I love movie universes, so I'm excited to see any of them. Most of them fail, but it'd be kind of cool to at least get one other fucking successful one out there.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I mean, Godzilla might actually get it going, but we'll see what happens with all that. But anyway, thanks for listening. We're going to be putting this episode into our SuperHouse InfoCast playlist on SoundCloud. That playlist also has Doctor Strange and the Occult episode that we did and the top video game conspiracies episode. And Stefan has had one in the chamber for a long time that we'll still keep a secret till he's ready. That might go in there eventually as well. Hint, hint, and all that.
I do stuff sometimes.
And once again, thanks Shasta and Matt Herring for their Patreon contributions. We're located at patreon.com/SuperHousePodcast. And we are also located at SuperHousePod.com, and we're SuperHousePod on Twitter and SuperHousePodcast on pretty much all social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all that shit.
Get it.
So, yeah, and we're also on YouTube as well. I had a friend tell me recently he didn't even know we had a YouTube page, so that's our failure. But, yeah, we have a lot of YouTube stuff. Stefan's got the hot package going and all that stuff. And please leave us reviews in iTunes. That can ups our findability.
Appendages.
Yeah, you can. If it brings us up in the rankings in iTunes if you leave us a positive review. So please do that if you don't mind. And I think that's it. Is that anybody else got anything?
Yeah. So the Patreon thing, I was looking on it earlier and I couldn't find our page, and I think Stefan may have made the adjustment. So now when people search for our SuperHouse podcast, it shall come up.
Nice. Yeah. And we've updated SuperHousePod.com a little bit and a few other things. We're really trying to get this going, so we're out here trying, y'all.
Yeah. If you're in the position to help, please donate.
Yeah, please. So yeah, please let us know what you thought about this episode as well on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or anywhere else. So anyway, this has been Andrew, and I'm signing off.
Joey, see you.
Maddie, bye-bye.
This is Stefan, and everything burns.
This is Stefan from the SuperHouse Podcast. Be sure to check us out on Patreon, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and any other godforsaken social media outlet that we should be floating on.
We are basically on all social media.
Yeah, all social media.
Mainly Facebook and Twitter and Patreon.
Check out the links in the description.
We have a lot of cool goals set up on our Patreon. Like if you donate $1, you'll be able to give us a topic for us to talk about. And we'll talk about for maybe an hour or more. Who knows how long it'll take.
And that's pretty tight.
That's the coolest thing.
Wait, we're on the internet?
That's pretty good.
If you and we can make money.
What?
If you donate $1,000, you get full frontal nudes.
We haven't set that up, but it's a possibility. You give us $1,000, who knows what'll happen.
Check us out.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
You get to go on a date with one of us for $10,000.
But you pay for everything.
You get to have your way with Maddie for $20,000.
$1 million, I'll give you Joey for a weekend.
For $30,000, we'll help you hide a body. Check out our Patreon.
SuperHouse Gigolo Project 2018.
Links in the description.